Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Repentance, where today we're going to play a game with good old Eve. And I believe if we beat the chest as Eve, we get some kind of unlock, so I might just try and focus on that. Of course, if we reach 1 heart of health, we will have the Whore of Babylon effect. And if we have a bird open up this secret room, then quite frankly, I don't see how this run can go downhill at all. So let's use the power of that to do that one more time with this secret room as well. We'll get to that. We're going pretty swift. Yeah, we're going pretty damn quick right now. So I will make use of that. We also start with the Razor Blade now, as that's something we have unlocked in Greed mode. So if I were to use that now, I'd instantly go to 1 red heart of health, as it would take away some of my health when I use it, but it also activates the Whore of Babylon effect instantly because of that, which is a nice little thing. It activates the dead bird as well. And as you heard, Mother has been called. We beat the floor within 1 minute. Which does change things a bit in terms of possibilities. We have... what have we done with this character? Because I think we've done Dark Room with Eve, I guess, because there's an icon there. But if we go to this room now, we can see a weird shadow moving back and forth on the left side of the room. We'll get to that in a minute. For now, let's first just get as many dead birds as possible. I'm gonna get the dead bird to fight some of these spider summoning things, I think, because this is an irritating room for sure. I'm currently at 1 red heart, so it would be kind of a shame if we throw away to run immediately. Provided this champion doesn't just run into me, we should be okay. The dead bird's not really feeling it today, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'm a little concerned because the thing is, I want to do the 1 minute basement 1 thing. However, it's tricky, and I'm losing a weird amount of health in basement 1 today, and I don't fully trust myself on that. So, I'm gonna see how today's run is going to go. I will just clear out the remainder of this floor first. Try not to die while doing that as well. There is my item room waiting for us, so that is lovely as well. And there is a chest waiting for me in my secret room, which I should actually try and open, since it's right there anyway. Might as well. There is a full red heart in there, so we're going to lose our Whore of Babylon effect again, as we are on 2 health once more. The only way we can get that bomb right now is by using another bomb, which I don't love. Well, that is a way to do it. That's interesting. That is very interesting, actually. And we get a bomb for that, so that's kind of nice. Right, okay. Let me have some thoughts on this. I'm gonna enter my curse room real quick. 2 red chests. Just a bunch of bombs. Back to 1 red heart in total. Let's raise that to 1.5. But the Ipecac is, Ipecac's pretty good. Ipecac's pretty capable of getting you through a run without too much trouble. So perhaps we can make use of that. The thing is, once I follow this path, right, there's gonna be some trouble. And that is what concerns me a bit right now. But we do have all the time in the world to think about it for now, so I can appreciate that, I guess. Just take that as well. There's not much health on this floor, unfortunately. But, I mean, there's still 1 black heart in my boss room. So that's at least something. I'm gonna blow up these pots as well while I still have peace and quiet. And just try and get as much money as possible here. There we go. 14 coins. Nearly enough to buy an item on its own. And this might actually do the trick to just be able to buy at least an item somewhere in the run, provided any of these pots give me coins. That would be wonderful. And alternatively, it could just be a bunch of pots. I mean, I guess pots don't necessarily need to have money inside them, but it would have been nice. Alright, so let's take this. Get a couple bombs out of that. Go back to my starting room. And let's get this nonsense started. I could blow up a couple more rocks over here. There could technically be a crawl space with the amount of rocks on this floor. But unfortunately not. Alright, so if we use a bomb here, or... yeah, we have to use a bomb, I guess. Then this thing's gonna fall down, which makes a fun sound nowadays. When you pick it up, you get the broken shovel. As long as you're holding the broken shovel, occasionally Mom's foot will fall down and crash into you like that. If you leave the broken shovel in a room and then leave that room, I believe it disappears, so that would be bad. And we need to take this to our boss rush, I just realized, so actually I need to speed it up a little bit, but we do have a pickaxe, so that's fine. We're gonna be okay in that front, for sure. Provided I play a little bit faster from this point on, but... yeah, this is where the nastiness is going to begin, because we have to continuously dodge these feet coming at us. If we use the item, it's going to stop the feet from going down for that room, I believe. So that's kind of nice. Oh my god, these spiders are not working with me today. Until I leave the room, then after that it's just gonna start crawling down on me again. So that's not too great. But at least it can give you some moments of peace and quiet from time to time, because it's a lot of extra dodging that you need to do, and there is a very good chance of death while doing this, so that's fun. At least the feet are helping destroying some of these enemies that are struggling to get hit right now, so I can appreciate that at least, but it is just constant movement. We can't take Mama Mega either, because then we'd have to lose our active item. If we find a... whatchamacallit? Oh, God, please, spiders. There we go. If we find a backpack, we could take Mama Mega if we find it somewhere else. I don't know if I want that. That's a crawl space. I did get hit by a foot there. It was kind of an unfortunate room, and that's the clicker. Which I can't take with me because it's an active item. Yeah, not really sure how these two items actually work together, but now I'm a little curious, so I'm just going to try it. Makes them slower for sure, but the spectral tier as a part of it actually interests me a little bit, because it does make shooting potentially a little safer. I do need to move better than this right now though. Because right now I'm moving kind of up and down a lot, and I'm going into the place where the feet are spawning basically, and that you cannot do that. You cannot do that because you'll get hit a lot if you try and do that. Because this feet spawn behind you the entire time. That's effectively nothing. I guess I'll blow that one up. I'm hoping to find my shop somewhere, but so far I'm struggling a bit to find anything of value. That's probably a super secret room. No, it isn't. But yeah, you can tell by the shadows where the feet are going to land, but I am not hitting. I'm not hitting with my attacks, and that concerns me a little. The spider... no! Ooh, God, yeah, I cannot do that. It's been a while since I've actually tried to do this, and it's noticeable. But I'm also just getting some rooms which are just rough. Like, look at this. Every single pot is run so far has either had nothing but spiders. That's been the first one that actually has something good inside it. Alright. Baby Plum, I will just use the item immediately so I can chill out a bit during the boss fight at least. Destroy the champion first. But yeah, with this stuff like this, it's just a lot nicer to not have to worry about things too much, because there's just too much to look at otherwise. Increased tier size, probably good, right? Ceremonial robes are very good, especially with this character actually, but I don't know if I can afford it right now. It is a lot of red hearts I'd be giving up for it, and I don't know if I can do that currently. I will actually go back for my shop real quick, even though we are clearly going pretty damn slow right now. And this apparently is the biggest basement floor of my life, which isn't great. Kinda was hoping for a basement floor that wasn't the size of the universe, but apparently this is the life we're living right now. And yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm happy with my choice on taking the Dead Onion, because these slow Ipecac tiers are struggling to reach their target. That's tempting actually. I'll take that, because having this item recharge on its own is pretty damn good. Alright, we need to speed it up a little bit. I need to find some health as well, preferably, but there's only so much you can do, unfortunately, with a run like this. So we're just gonna have to make do with what we got. Hopefully a super secret room's not over there. There is 2 coins, which could be useful. And with that, let's just move on. Probably could have looked for my super secret room as well, especially since we basically have infinite explosions as well. But I didn't. I did not do that. This is not... I was gonna say it's not too terrible, but again, the decision I've made in taking the dead onion is backfiring quite significantly. Oh my god, I'm actually surprised that hit, actually. I seem to be pretty far away from that. But let's see if we can make this work. If we die, then I probably will just try to do the same thing, but as Azazel instead, because quite frankly, it's a lot less of a mess when trying to do this as Azazel. And like stuff like this, especially if you just get rooms like that where there's an item but you can only get it with flight. Azazel has flight, and that would make life a lot easier as well. Destroy all of those. Hoping for like a health up or something, but instead I get X-Lax, which makes my movement unpredictable, so that's good. Actually just gonna use the item once again to get rid of the various bad stuff around here. I'm hoping for a dead cat, that would be really nice. Instead we get Lusty Blood, which is alright. Just gonna look for my item room real quick before moving on, but not. And maybe there's something over here that would be good. A gray chest, unfortunate. If we can find some health as well, any kind of soul hearts would just be really nice. There we go. Could also just take a foot to the face. Yeah, it's a tricky one, this. Never really been a big fan of this whole journey, but it's something that you have to do to get all the characters. Oh my god, this room layout as well is just horrendous. Ooh, I'm hoping that it's at least a maximum of 2 feet that can be on screen at the same time, but genuinely don't know. I mean, I'd have to assume so, but who knows how this game works. That's the Dark Bum, which would be good if there was any health on this floor. Which is definitely not the case, which is unfortunate. I haven't found my shop yet. There's my shop. There we go. Red heart. And continue time. I am not the fastest, but I think I'm still fast enough to reach Boss Rush with relative ease. Simply because I can't just bomb my way through with Ipecac, so if need be, I can just skip a couple rooms here and there as well. But if I can avoid it, I would rather avoid it, because it does make things a little precarious at times. Simultaneously, I won't get any room drops, and those would be really nice to have right now as well. Just any hearts specifically would just be really nice. Not doing things like that would also be really good. But it can be kind of scary as well, there you go. Alright, I'm just going to try that again, but I'm going to do it with Azazel, because quite frankly, that was absolutely horrendous. It was a yep, that's a curse of the curse of the XL. We're definitely not going to do it in there. But let's see if we can actually make this work, because I would really like to have unlocked this at some point. So if I could, that would just be nice. It's also just a thing that I kind of just want to get out of the way, because it's trying to go for that at random, I realize now, is not great. Obviously doing it with Eve is not ideal if you have no way to deal with the feat. You don't get any flight or anything like that. It's just not great. I'm taking the Bible right now simply because I'm hoping to... Well, I just needed to get an active item at the end there. Also, I kind of just forgot. This is becoming a bit of a mess. I kind of forgot that I have to do this within a minute. So I just kind of did a thing there. Just thought about Bookworm instead of thinking about actually useful things. But fortunately, Azazel is very, very swift. I don't know if there were some bombs here that I can easily get. Otherwise, if there's a sacrifice room, I think you are guaranteed a bomb if you beat the floor within a minute as well. So that's kind of nice. But there's not a sacrifice room on this floor, so fair enough. But okay, let's take a breath. Let's take our time here for a second and reassess our situation. We have okay health right now. We have flight, which is obviously pretty great. And we are about to get the greatest item in the game, which is a cursed shovel. I'm not sure where my secret room is, but we need to make sure that we have at least one bomb remaining before we try and do anything too cool. I think it could be here in terms of super secret at least, so that's kind of nice. Only red hearts, unfortunately. And the secret room would be to the left of here maybe, or to the left of here. I think either could be possible. So I'm just gonna try this one. Oh, there you go. Azazel's just inherently more lucky as well, which is nice. That's not a true statement, but I mean, I believe it. I'm gonna carry this full card around, blow up the thing, drop it, and attempt number 2 at this nightmare. At least we got part of the Seraphim transformation as well, which could be useful in terms of getting some health later on. It might be worth going for angel rooms actually, just for the sake of just trying to stay alive really, because I'm not really in the state of being able to spend too much health on stuff right now. It is kind of tricky on its own to just get health during all of this nonsense as well, so any chance that you can get is just kind of good. Specifically things like Curse Room and that Fool card, for instance. It's just a nice thing to have. There's a flame there, but other than that, it's all not too fine. I mean, with Azazel as well, you also have the added benefit of just, well, one, being able to fly, but also being able to fly over a tinted rock, so you can get the feat to actually help you out instead of just hinder you. So there is that to consider as well, but also he's just so much quicker. It's so much easier to get boss rush with this character than it is with any other character in the game, I would say, unless you just have a very lucky start. It just feels a lot more guaranteed like this, so it's definitely worth it. I'm just gonna stand over here for a second. I don't think I can see the shadow very well in this floor, unfortunately, but I think my secret room is over there between those two rooms. Little Monstro actually doing some work right there as well, so good job on that, I guess. I'm not sure if the feet deal contact damage, but I don't really feel like trying either. So instead, I will simply just move on, fight Little Dingle, and we'll use the item this time around. Just because the ways to avoid Little Dingle here can be a little precarious for sure, especially when he just goes random directions because he decided to put a poop in the middle of the floor. Not great, but fair enough. I will just skip this Devil Deal then to try and get Angel Rooms. If there's Brimstone in there, I'm gonna be a little annoyed for sure, but just gonna hope there's not Brimstone in there. And almost certainly I could just bomb my way into the secret room without having to bother with my own bombs, but I just felt a little bit safer. Unfortunately, got hit by the foot there, but overall did end up getting something out of that. We have 15 coins now, so it's kind of worth going in here. 9-volt battery might actually be okay, because it does give you a lot more uses of this item as well, though I'm always a little bit tempted not to use it just in case I need it for a boss or something like that, so it's more likely than not just not gonna get any uses unless I get like a big room or something. I guess in big rooms I should just pretty much use it every single time. Because I might as well, really. Because it more or less almost fully charges after I do that. But it is a lot of circling around for sure. Since we got a full card, figured I might as well try and go into the curse room there as well. And that's tempting, actually. I might take that just because it gives me a bit more chance of trying to get soul hearts as well. And possibly a dead cat or something like that, which would be pretty ideal as well. So I will for once take the left hand and see if we can get some good stuff out of that. It's not at all guaranteed, but given what we're trying to do here, That's not a terrible idea. I should also mention, I think you can just do this on normal mode as well. Which I feel is an important thing to note. But I kind of like just playing on hard difficulty, I'm not gonna lie. Might as well do the entire game like this so you're used to that stuff. What's this again? Restock box while we spawn in item rooms. That's not bad, especially... God. It's so hard to think while doing this. There's just so much going on the entire time. It's not bad to take that trinket, but also at the same time I kind of want to keep the left hand just because I want to get red chest, I want to get soul hearts and stuff like that. But I need to remember that I have to move in very specific patterns the entire time or suddenly a foot is on me. Took a full heart of damage from that enemy unfortunately, but we'll just have to make do. Button. With a troll bomb, a card, a judgment card, and I once again did some movement that I shouldn't, but it ended up working out. There is a secret room here with one chest inside it. Some spiders, so pretty good so far. And let's move on. I kinda wouldn't mind if some of these rocks got destroyed in case there's like a trapdoor underneath, or if any of them are tinted rocks. It's also one of those things where I can't even really check if there are tinted rocks in the room because it's all my focus is on moving right now, and the rest is just not important. There's the super secret room at least, so that's kind of nice to get. Alright, just do that. Kind of was hoping you'd land on him. Alright, let's try that a third time. I guess that just doesn't work. Fair enough. Alright, I don't have bombs though, so I guess I'll just leave. But it would have been nice if that did work. Would have been pretty helpful. The downside of this run as well is that I'm just holding my breath the entire time while simultaneously trying to speak. And it's not working. It doesn't work that way. The feet might have actually been kind of useful doing this, but seeing how I just got hit by this boss of all bosses, maybe today's just not the day I should be trying this. Well, don't worry about it. We get a speedball, we get holy light, which is fine. You know what I would like? Any health. Just any health at all would be just a really nice thing to get right about now, but that's fine. I'll just try to keep going like this, with tears in my eye continuously. Because right now, it is terrifying. If I could get something like pajamas, that would just save this run. Also, the holy light actually works with Zazel now, so that's actually kind of nice. Tricky to see what is hitting you when you're moving around like this as well at times, but that's the life of someone who is terrified at all times. There we go. That is my item charged once again. I don't think there's tinted rocks in this room, at least not as far as I can see. So let's just keep going. Not loving this room. We did find a secret room again though. So far that's going alright. In terms of trying to find our secret rooms, that one specifically is going okay. Is this a super secret room even or no? 2 troll bombs. There's the cursed eye. Great. Very good. This is, yeah, it's pretty cursed right now. Not loving how this is going. I'm specifically taking the left hand for red chest, and the thing I'm not finding is a red chest with anything good inside it. I do like the range up on this character though, so I will actually switch out the left hand there. And we are at 1 heart remaining. So that's fun. I will actually use my item here, which may seem odd, but genuinely I thought I wasn't going to survive that room. So I figured I kind of had to there. I don't know how quickly the feet spawn either. Like, if there's like a certain amount of time that has to pass before it can start going down, or if it can just be instant, because it feels like it is just instant sometimes, and I'm not loving that either. In terms of speed, we're going quick enough, but that's really not my only concern, unfortunately. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. So close. It's also just annoying with enemies like that explode in diagonal tiers. Like, you have to kill them in such a specific way to not take damage from that as well. It's a mess right there. Alright, let's see if we can find something good in that curse room, maybe? Don't know if there's red hearts on this floor. I haven't really been paying attention, but I don't think so. Where's the last enemy? Somewhere in the room. Yep. I genuinely was struggling to find him. Very good. Yeah, there's not a single heart on this floor right now, so that is ideal to my current living situation. Doesn't matter. Don't need help. We'll just not take any more damage from this point on. We're entirely okay. If I just dodge everything, then we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. I don't know what you're scared of. We have the cursed eye in our secret room and the sack of pennies. That's all you need. Please give me some health anyway. This is absolutely ridiculous. There's not even a red heart. Not even a singular red heart anywhere here. It's ridiculous how unlucky this is. This is what it usually should feel like when you're playing this game. But not on this save file. This is the save file where everything's joyful. That's pretty good damage. That's actual health. In my Isaac run. It truly is a miracle. Alright. We have a little bit of health. I kind of want to keep this Eternal Heart, so I'm just going to do the boss and then leave, I think. I'll just use the item during the boss room, so we won't have anything to worry about. And we have a little bit of range right now, which I can appreciate. So overall, we have everything we need. We're fighting Peep. We actually have decent slowdown. The tears down pill that I took somewhere in this run, which I didn't even comment on because I'm terrified the entire time, is messing with my timing a lot. I don't love that too much, unfortunately, but other than that, the build's okay. The build's fine. Speed up, not terrible. Let's go. We have more health than we entered the floor with, I think, so that's pretty good. That's pretty okay. 2 golden chests. Don't really have keys. Not really sure what happened there, actually, but I don't love this room at all. There's just so much. There's just so much to pay attention to. Very difficult to speak and try and play this game at the same time. The tears down is actually really messing me up right now as well, which isn't helping. But you can occasionally see me like almost charge and then not fire because I think my tear rate is higher than it is. But because I'm below base tear rate currently, it's making some interesting choices. Also, this room layout, just the enemies inside it are very mean. That's at least a key. What's my time? 13 minutes. That's fine. That's a wonderful room. Aquarius. Sure. Go there for greed. Great, 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 great. Needed more money for my sack of pennies was just simply not giving me what I needed. Go. We got that one on the side there, so we don't need to worry about the tiny things. And I think I'll just deal with the other one later. Now, arguably, you could just look for shadows. And I truth be told, I see the shadows if I really am only looking for the shadows. If I look at literally anything else, I genuinely don't see a thing. Maybe if I played this game when it was dark outside. However, it's summer and that would just be at midnight or something like that, and I don't really feel like doing that. So my choices here are basically hoping that I don't get hit by just moving in long, winded circles, or waiting until it's winter. So I'm not loving either option that much, if I'm being honest. But, I mean, this is getting us somewhere, at least. It's not technically undoable. Whoa, I had forgotten how much of a nightmare this is. Having said that, I'd love health. I'd just love to get some more health than the incredibly low amount of health that we've seen in this run. I've pretty much done large portions of every floor so far, and it's just not happening. I don't care for it. I don't care for it at all. There's not a secret room there. I can at least like enter and leave rooms like that, so I kind of can reset it, so that's kind of nice. No tinted rocks here, I don't think. One bomb. I could just blow up these skulls, that would be kind of nice as well, but this skull only had an enemy inside on that side, and I don't really care too much about the other. Let's try that again. Yep, that's specifically what I was trying to do, but you did it better, thank you very much. Question mark card, that's actually not too bad. And I'll take that. Probably better than a temperance card I'll never use, so sure. There we go. Of course it had an enemy inside it. Come on. There you go. That's a lot of flame for a Necropolis 1. Come on. Just any of these. Any of these. Come on. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's just use that. Immediately failed to attack, so that's a good start. At least we managed to slow him down on that first hit, so I can appreciate that at least. If you could just do that spike attack a lot, that would be ideal. Or maybe just be slowed down where you're doing any other attack, that also helps. It does make it a lot easier to tell what's happening. Another angel room. And a range up, which is not too bad. Wafer. Nope. Okay, we're leaving. That's good. That's really good. The wafer's really, really good. I like the wafer. It makes me feel happy. I would count that as health. We got an Eternal Heart as well. I'm okay with this. We're fine. We're going. Let's just take that. I also believe that you can just use, like, eventually feet will spawn during the boss rush again if you, like, clear a wave. What the hell is this nonsense right here? Are you serious? Oh my god. Okay, anyway, I think, like, the feet will start spawning again in the boss rush, even if you use the item, but if you clear a wave. But I think you can use the item multiple times and it'll work multiple times, basically. I think if you have, like, the car battery as well, it'll effectively just stop the feet from spawning if you just keep using the item, but... yeah, there's some things that we can do here. We're in depths 2. We have 3 more minutes in this floor before we can no longer do the boss rush. Kinda want to visit my shop first. And I would say we have the time for it, but I am a little concerned that we're going to mess up somewhere along the line. Especially in that horrendous fire room. Oh my god. That's such a stupid room. Oh wow, Aquarius is doing the crack the sky effect, actually. That's what's happening. I was kind of curious why it was happening seemingly at random at time, but it's Aquarius that's doing that. That's really good. That actually makes Aquarius, or yeah, Aquarius really good as well, which is interesting. I'm just gonna, I can't even bomb through this because I don't have bombs to do this. Yeah, that's really good. Look at how many crack the skies you get from that. It's just the entire time. They're not really that strong, mind you, but it's a lot. Let's just clear that out, because I think you can still get hit by the skulls when they're doing that death animation. Got 2 more minutes. Just a whole bunch of nothing on this floor, huh? Just walk through this. Now it's not doing crack the sky. I guess it's not always that it happens. Alright, that's pretty good. What do we got? We got Glowing Hourglass, which I can't take. We got a red card, which is 2 clubs. And we got Thunder Thighs. Genuinely tempted. I am actually going to take that. Even with the 0.4 speed down. Let's just not even bother trying to do that. I do have a lot of coins. Wait, doesn't this give you a bunch of red hearts? I thought that was the reason why I took it. Oh no. Because I did get the speed down, but I thought I would have more health than this. Well, oh well, it's a couple hits at least. Actually, I will take this. I don't need to bomb that because I'm Stompy. Because once you're done with boss rush, you have a regular shovel, and then life isn't horrendous anymore. I did just use the item, so I shouldn't have to worry about extra feet. Just a regular amount. And a reasonable amount to deal with amount of feet coming from the sky. There we go. We only can pick the negative right now, interestingly enough. So they actually kind of avoided you from being able to screw that up, which I can appreciate. Purity, Euphoria, Sad Onion, Obsessed Fan. That one doesn't really do anything. I think Sad Onion might be the best part of this. In terms of at least getting my thing back into the right amount, which I can appreciate. We have a decent amount of health right now, which is nice. And after this wave, I can at least use my item once to stop the feet for that wave. Depending on which wave it is, of course. Yeah, I'll use it for this. I don't care too much about that spider. Monstro's not too bad, but this one's spawning enemies and I don't love that. Monstro somehow managed to die off screen, which I can also appreciate. If I had like one more thing to charge my item, like some trinket that gives me an extra charge, that would be nice. This wasn't the run that had to have it, unfortunately. That's not an enemy, that's a... well, not one I can attack at least. But we're just gonna have to do this for a while, and after that I think we can chill for a bit, which, oh my god, I cannot wait. I may sound... I'm noticing, at least at the start of this run, that I'm sounding kind of agitated. I'm not that angry, but I do... oh, I'm pretty done with this, I'm not gonna lie. I forgot what this nonsense was like, and it's a run that I'm just not getting health for some reason, unless I really, really take everything I can get. And there is some red hearts on this room at least, so I can appreciate that, but it has been a struggle to get through this for sure. I kind of just wanted to have a nice, chill Saturday afternoon type of Isaac run where I could just sit down and play some games, but instead I decided to clear the first floor under a minute as Eve, and then the nightmare started. I'm deliberately not using the item right now because I feel like I can do these waves without having to worry about it. There's certain bosses where I don't want to deal with it. With this one actually in particular, because that one's going to sit on the ceiling and then I have to worry about that at the same time, and I don't want to because, I mean, he died in one hit. I guess I didn't really anticipate that so much, but yeah, it can be a bit of a mess. Ooh, look at that. The foot helped. And for that, yeah, shouldn't have used it in there because clearly the foot is a helpful weapon during that particular fight. This one, on the other hand, not too scary at all. This boss, more or less. Any basement boss, really, I don't mind. I can deal with basement bosses. Anything above that, like an angel, I already feel a little bit less confident about my situation. I don't know if this is a basement boss technically, but I do know I don't love it. I don't love this one in particular, actually. Maybe I should actually have used the item, but I'm already so far into this fight at this point that I might as well just try and finish it without doing that. Monstro doing a little bit of the extra damage there. Bloat and Monstro too. Yeah, we're not doing this. we're not trying to combine that with the foot frenzy. That's not happening. Look at that though. The classic Aquarius Crack the Sky combination is just destroying worlds. And it is lovely. There's a lot of soul hearts at the top of the room for some reason. I'm guessing a boss dropped it or something, but that is quite nice. These give me a little bit of extra safety if needed. It has become dark thanks to the, well, the dark one. So that's good. That's a very quick kill boss right there. So I can appreciate not using the item just yet. Pretty much died by existing, so that's good. That is Lil Dingle and the Dark, or the adversary rather, which this one alone is worth using the item for, I'd say. That one dies pretty much instantly, and you have that one, which isn't too big of a deal. I'm taking some weird hits here and there, which I'm not really capable of explaining right now either, but... we'll make it through. Slowly but surely. Don't know what wave we're on, but... oh, there you go. There we go. Broken Shovel, part 2. And just for a moment, appreciate the lack of continuous assault against me. Just really enjoy this sound right now, where it's just like, hey, we're not being attacked continuously. Ah. What a joy. Let's go to our shop. Watch me accidentally put the negative inside the door and just ruin my life. Anyway, we have Wafer and Azazel, so this run's pretty much won. I need to keep this shovel though, but mostly I want to put a lot of coins in this. Because I think that would... that's unfortunate. We got a couple in there at least, so we're getting pretty close on that front, so that's nice. I don't know what this character still has left to do, but right now, regardless of that, we're going to the Lamb. I just briefly considered, should I do victory laps right now? And I think the answer to that is no. This run ends. This run ends when we have the unlock that I want, and then we are just going to stop because, quite frankly, this run has been a bit more than I had bargained for, unfortunately. Granted, at this point on, it's pretty much smooth sailing until the Lamb, because of the amount of defense that we have, so hopefully I don't take some weird damage all over the place and just end up dying, but I'm feeling reasonably confident that we're gonna be okay for a minute here at least. But again, apologies for the sounding of agitation during this run. I never really love dying in this game, so I try to avoid it as much as I can, but simultaneously, the amount of stress from this particular win condition is palpable, I would say. So, provided that we don't have to deal with that, I'm not too bothered when we're done with this. And after that, I can just take a nice little break and just live my life. So that's kind of nice. At least this part of the run is just so much nicer as well, because we're not continuously having to run around and cry the entire time. So that's just lovely. We actually have some health. It took until literally the end of the boss rush to get health, but we got some health now at least. I think at some point I was surprised by how little health I had after I picked up the Thunder Thighs, but I think it's just because I just didn't get any. There was so little health during this run. And sure, maybe I missed a couple Tinted Rocks here and there, but it was ludicrous. It was actually ludicrous how little health there was. And that's my genuine feeling about this this whole experience right here. But my god, it is like a whole adrenaline rush has just washed over my body, and now I'm tired, so we're just gonna keep going. I think you can use this shovel just as a regular shovel as well, and thinking about it, maybe I should, but yeah. Have I done Mega Satan with this character? No. I haven't destroyed any angel statues yet. That doesn't really bode too well. There's not two of them in here either, which isn't great. Ah, right. I got the Seraphim transformation. Also, I forgot that I am Stompy and just destroyed the angel statue with my existence. So that went pretty well. Pretty good. Ay. This run is a nightmare. I could do Hush, technically, I think. Would be kind of nice to get that out of the way, I guess. I'd have to run a bit during this floor, but it's technically not impossible, I think. Oh god. I was just scratching my nose. I didn't think I'd have to fight Greed. Definitely wasn't on my game plan right there, but with the amount of health that I currently have, fighting Hush would actually be kind of preferable. So I think I'm just gonna like run through this floor as quick as I know how to. Clear a couple rooms here and there maybe that aren't too slow to clear. Rooms like this I'm just gonna skip. Yep. Accidentally placed a bomb in that room, thinking I'd have to bomb out of that because it was a dead end. And there we go. At least we went through a couple rooms there, so that's just a couple less rooms we have to go through in the grand scheme of things. We still have a minute and a half. Enemies are dying pretty quickly at least, so that's kind of nice. Fighting Hush is going to be a bit of a nightmare, I suppose, but not impossible. We have decent range for one, so that's kind of nice. Come on. Oh god. Well, it's not a slow room at least, but did take a full heart of damage there in the end. Jeez, there's so many rooms in this floor. Please just take me where I want to be, which is the end of this floor, without exclusively putting slow rooms in my womb. But that is how it goes. I've said it many times before and I will keep saying it. The moment you try to go fast in the womb but you are on a time limit, every room will work against you. The game knows that you're trying to go fast and it will actively try and prevent your joy. And it is unfortunate that it is so sentient regarding this, but it truly is. There is a bomb in that room and I want it. Maybe we won't be able to use it because the boss room is right here, or maybe it is exactly what we need. Nope. Never mind. Yeah, it just knows. It just genuinely seems to know when you're trying, and it's so unfortunate when that does happen. But it just manages to generate an infinite amount of rooms and all of the possible dead ends you can think of. But unless we kill Mom's heart in 8 seconds, it's gonna be a little impossible, unfortunately. Well, we did our best on that floor. Just didn't even really consider that Hush would be an option during a run like this, but simultaneously, it's another extra layer of stress that I now don't need to worry about so much. I did take a lot of damage on this floor, but yeah, fair enough. No, we did get another angel room. We don't have bombs, though, but we can't do that, as I have repeatedly forgotten. Alright, well that's the option of Mega Satan at least, so that's something. And we got a bomb from that, so let's just use that immediately. And yeah, we got some of our health back. Alright, that was an absolute mess of a floor. We don't even get the thing going upwards either. They really just try to guide you to where you need to go with this cursed shovel, so that's actually pretty cool. I can appreciate that, because I can... There was like one challenge I think that did that at one point where you had to fight like a specific boss but you could still go in the wrong direction and then you just wouldn't win. You just wouldn't get trophy at the end. And I can appreciate that they've made changes to stuff like that. Get out of jail free card. Interesting. Guess who never needed to have keys, because the get out of jail card works like Dad's key and therefore simply opens the door to Mega Satan anyway. So technically, we never even needed to collect those key pieces because there was a get out of the jail free card over there. Ay. It's just a very stressful run today. I don't know what happened. I was fully with the intention of let's just do some chill Isaac, just do a little run, don't worry about it, and then Eve and then Eve happened. The fact that we managed to even beat a floor as Eve within a minute surprises me as well, because I've been struggling, like I've been trying a couple times to beat a floor within a minute and genuinely struggling with it with just any character, and Eve just wandered through 6 empty rooms and ended up at the boss. And I guess it can happen, but still it's a little surprising for sure. But there is some joy to just playing as Azazel from time to time to just get stuff out of the way. At some point I might do another Azazel run to the Lamb as well to get a run without coins, keys, and bombs or whatever, or hearts or whatever, one of those, for the sake of unlocking the ace of whichever it is But it'll happen when that happens, I suppose. There we are. Yeah, that's going pretty quick. My damage is okay. Something about Crack the Sky is... having Crack the Sky just work with his Azel is just such a treat. It does make life a lot better with this character. It already was a pretty good life with this character, but it just makes it a little bit better as well. Oh, good feet. As if I haven't seen enough of these. At least this is likely to be the last time I have to deal with them, but still. Let's get out of here. Alright, now I just need to use this shovel in the right spot. And then we're effectively done with everything that I wanted to do during this run. We don't have a map. We do have sulfur. Which is fun. There's a cat piece. Oh, that's actually a large quantity of health. So once we're done with this item, I probably will just get the Guppy's Paw there and then use that against Mega Satan, because that's effectively 18 soul hearts. That with the wafer is 36 hits, so that it's a pretty decent amount of health that I will have at that point. If we could go into like Delirium, that would be really nice, because I don't think we have done it as this character. No. The place where we have to use the shovel is going to be fairly obvious. It's just like this patch of dirt. This one. I missed. There we go. We unlocked the Forgotten. We unlocked Bone Hearts. And that is that. I somehow managed to miss with my shovel, but fortunately I had the double active card, so I didn't need to worry about that anymore. But also... I mean, I could have just recharged it. As you can see, it just recharges, so that's good. But if that thing had broken after one use... Ooh, I would have been mad. Alright, so I think I've already done the lamb as this character. So I don't really care too much about that. I will just do this. And like, I think if I leave the room now, I come back to it, it unlocks something cool. Does it just disappear? No, it doesn't. I guess it's just the regular, the first part of that actually disappears at that point. Yeah, fair enough. But since I've already done the lamb and whatnot, I'll just do Mega Satan right here. I could probably get a couple more items out of it, but... I'm tired. This has been a very tiring experience, and I wouldn't mind a break. So we are just going to clear through this as quickly as possible. Had some kind of weird desync there in terms of which hand was attacking there, and it made it very difficult to dodge the rocks right there, but fair enough. Not frequent that I actually have to dodge attacks from Mega Satan. Most of the time it's just a matter of you shoot once and you go to the next phase because your build is overpowered. Which is clearly the best strategy to use. Also, in terms of like first deaths on this save file, I think the Eve one, I think I would have accepted that as a better first death of the save file. I think I would have been fully okay with that, had that been the case. Unfortunately, it was death number 2, so it is a little bit less exciting, I suppose. Waiting to use Guppy's Paw until I'm actually like nearing the end of my red hearts in case one of the bosses drops red hearts or something like that. This makes life a little bit safer. But until then, it's more or less just easy goings, isn't it? Just placing some Aquarius tears around and watching as enemies try to crawl through them, while it's also a ball of tar, so it slows them down significantly. It's actually a pretty decent combination, just the ball of tar and Aquarius, because you just have damaging slow floor. And it's surprisingly effective, but then the fact that occasionally it just suddenly starts shooting out a million Crack the Sky beams, that's just a nice little added bonus, isn't it? Either way, just a couple more angels to go, then the head again. Then we just have to shoot the other head, and maybe Delirium afterwards if the game is feeling kind, but if the run ends right here, then either way, this video of unlocking the Forgotten is at its end, so I can appreciate whatever happens. Kind of wish these hands weren't here, but also I don't really feel like putting the effort in. I was kind of hoping he'd do his Brimstone attack there, because I didn't really feel like dealing with these Sin characters, but fortunately they explode immediately there. After finishing phase 1 of Mega Satan. And now we're just gonna sit here and shoot at Mega Satan for a while. I don't love the slowdown right here because it makes the tiers just seem very close to each other the whole time. And we are getting to the point that I have to consider using Guppy's Paw, but not quite yet. This is a little fiddly for sure, but not impossible to dodge technically. And yeah, I hope everyone's doing well, I guess is the end result of this. Just having a good day, watching some Isaac, watching me be slightly more irritated than usual, but simply because of the end goal of this run, which we've already completed, so ultimately, at this point, it is just a smooth ride to the end. But it does take a minute. It does take a minute with this build to fight Mega Satan, unfortunately, and he's continuously being slowed down at the worst possible times because he's continuously just using an attack then where I just have to move away, otherwise I take large quantities of damage, so it's a little unfortunate for sure. I think I might just tank the rest of his health at this point because I'm getting a little bit tired of this nonsense right here. But maybe I don't need to. He is nearing death. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Look at what we got. We're gonna have to go a little bit further. At this point, I guess I would have been okay with, well, for one, just getting sulfur, and for two, getting a few more items in that place, but let's do our best here. I'm not promising that we're gonna get through Delirium, but at least I can heal a lot of my red hearts again before going there, hopefully. And that would make the run a little bit safer. That is just exclusively champions almost. So that's fun. Aquarius could pretty much solve this room on its own, probably. Yeah. It is pretty capable of destroying these enemies because they're just moving in lines anyway. That's not too bad. I don't know if there was one of those crown enemies or something that just turned all the other ones into champions, but there was a lot of them. Quite unusual. Nice spike chest over there. I did say that I can heal some of my red hearts on this floor, but I would like to actually get some though. Maybe a sun card, that would actually make me feel pretty good as well. That trinket's gonna do nothing for this floor, unfortunately, so I'll just leave that alone. Well, that's half a heart. And a tinted rock as well, so that's pretty good. And yeah, it was a weird hit, but fair enough. Don't need to bomb anything because I'm stompy. And the stompiness might explain why I occasionally take some weird damage, because I kind of forgot, genuinely. Also, there's portal enemies here, which they used to show up all over the place, but nowadays they only show up in this floor pretty much, so that is kind of a nice thing, because those enemies are super annoying in the early parts of the run. And that's why I think a lot of people had a lot of trouble with them as well, because they tended to show up in the basement and stuff like that, and that was just not fun at all. This room's not so bad when you have flight. But now they just show up here, but because usually at this point you have a... Well, you're trying to get a build that can beat Delirium, and if you are here at that point, they just tend to kind of die instantly, so it's not too big of a deal. There we go. Doorstop's not bad, but the long range on this character is such a vital thing. Being able to actually hit things is rather important, strangely enough. There we go. Just a couple basement rooms all the time. I can appreciate that. Those aren't too difficult, but again, I wouldn't mind a little bit more health. If I had like a teleportation item, I wouldn't mind, because I think this could be Delirium right there, because it's just a large open room. So I'm just going to leave that one alone for now. Again, there is a sort of method that you can tell which room will possibly contain Delirium, and it's pretty much just that it can expand into a 2x2 room without touching anything else. So a big open room like that is not technically guaranteed to be Delirium, but definitely possible. Whereas some are definitely impossible, so just gonna avoid that one for now. This one, for instance, I think would probably touch another room, because there is a room to the left over here as well. If it would expand to the right, then technically it wouldn't hit another room, but I don't know exactly how that works. But then this one I feel definitely could be Delirium again. So it's like, I'll put the theory to the test in a second, I think. Let's take that for this one coin. An identified pill. Looking for a full health actually would be pretty cool. I'm picking pretty much every pill that I can get in the hopes that one of them is a full health, but so far not too lucky with that strategy. But if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I do still have a large quantity of health available with Guppy's Paw and the wafer, so it doesn't matter too much, I guess, but it would still be nice. Alright, I'm gonna try to do this boss right here, because I think this wouldn't be Delirium. And I think the one on the left actually wouldn't be either, simply because of the rooms above it. But I'm not sure if that's correct. If it isn't, we are going to possibly learn today, depending on where Delirium is, so yeah, we'll see. There is the Sisters Viz. No worries at all. And yeah, not a great item, but certainly part of someone's build, I'm sure. Someone's ideal build. We did end up getting a decent amount. I got all my red hearts back, and that's really the main thing as well. And there is a couple red hearts on this floor as well, so that's pretty good. If there's a bad trip pill in my pill pool as well, then that would work, because I am guaranteed to get to half a heart, and if you use it then it just turns into a full health pill as well. So if I can find that, then I can appreciate that as well. Didn't take damage from that spiked rock somehow. But there is a decent amount of places where Delirium could be right now, which is unfortunate. Can't really use strategy if every single boss room is on the very edge of the floor, so that's unfortunate. That's a soul heart, so that's not bad. My tier rate is pretty much capped at this point, so that doesn't do too much for me. Leave that alone. And a bunch of spiders. Not too bad, but I did take one unfortunate hit there, but the bosses tend to die pretty quickly, as these are caves and basement bosses for the most part. I feel like this probably isn't going to be Delirium because of all the rooms around it, so just gonna do this boss as well. There is a rune on that room as well, which I'll grab in a minute. And Teratoma more or less does itself at this point. Tarot Cloth is gonna make this card use a large quantity of bombs in the room, but Yera though. Yera could be good if I find like a soul heart somewhere. I don't know where there would be a soul heart, but there could be. Okay, so this is pretty much 3 bosses that are probably all not Delirium, so that's actually pretty good. It was just that the rooms that were adjacent to it were just oddly placed. It's a weird floor layout for sure. Whereas this one, I think, definitely could be Delirium again, but it's on the edge for sure. There we go. Let's do this one first. The Forsaken, not too bad with a build, because that usually happens. Don't really need the game-breaking bug, I would say. As much fun as it is. Second up is this one right here. We already did that one, never mind. Second up is the one all the way back there. Didn't take damage from destroying the red poop with my body, so maybe I just don't take damage from those things, or maybe sometimes I do. I don't really know how it works. Low-key, one eye. Ay, these items are really gonna help me out a lot during the fight with Delirium for sure, yeah, very good. Feeling quite confident indeed. I mean, I'm feeling fairly confident that we're gonna be okay with this build anyway, but I'd love for just to have a build that just annihilates him, because it is just a troublesome boss fight for sure in the end. And the more easy you can make it on yourself, the better. Anything that just deals an insufferable amount of damage is just wonderful. If we can just get in that situation again where he becomes like Pin or something, or Larry Jr., I think the one is usually causing the effect where the game thinks the fight is over and it just spawns a million red hearts, so if that could happen, that would be ideal. But let's see if we're fighting Delirium here today. We are. I'm going to use my troll card immediately. Did some damage. It was alright. It's not terrible. Let's Just go there. And then immediately he disappeared. At least he's being pinned right now, which is not too terrible. He is spawning, oh, or just enemies that are on the floor because it means Aquarius is going to do something. But so far we're taking a lot more damage than we can deal, and I don't know where he is. He seems to be invisible, which isn't great. Yeah, he's just gone. Alright. Okay, there we go. I mean, we could see where the tears were coming from. He just wasn't there, which is new. But it does keep in line with the Delirium experience, I suppose, that he's just gone. yeah, just... Like, now at least it's the foot, right? So it's like, fair enough. You can't see that one, but... What other one is there where he's just genuinely not even in the world? Also, I'm not sure how he's avoiding my damage there, but fair enough. Also, again, Aquarius cracked the sky when he's just sitting still on my... tears there. That's just lovely, isn't it? But we're making it through. We're doing okay damage, actually. Like, acceptable so far, I'd say. So if we can just keep this up a bit. We can just keep being the angel, that would actually be really nice, because I feel like the angel so far has been the kindest. Oh, he became two bosses, taking a decent amount of damage. One of them died, but it didn't end the fight, unfortunately, as it does sometimes. There's Peep. Now the damage is starting to pour in, unfortunately, but we still have plenty of protection remaining. Great. Little Haunt until he no longer was invincible and then switched form immediately. Ah, boy, this is doing some weird stuff, isn't it? Alright, time to focus. Time to actually start concentrating because we are getting in a precarious health situation. And that usually means I have to at least try. Yep. Forsaken. Good. Love when he becomes bosses that you can't actually touch. It's just so good. It's just so wonderful. Ay, ay, ay. So many tears circling around him at all times. Alright, so he becomes a hand. Oh, he becomes Mega Satan's hand? Is that what's happening? Oh god, that's so dumb. That's why the boss just isn't there, because yeah, he's literally just a hand that just seemed to die instantly, and then it just hangs around for a while. It's so dumb. But I wouldn't expect it any different, I suppose. Let's kill that horseman. Oh god, that one's so quick as well. Yeah. Struggling to really get close to him as well, which is not great. There's some forms which I feel are so much easier to hit than his main form as well. Because he just shoots so many tears. This is why range is such an important part of this fight as well, where every other character just feels a little bit better in fights like these, because you can actually just get close to him. Whereas right now I'm struggling to really do anything, because I have to pretty much just enter a wall of tears every time I want to try and deal damage. That's the Delirium life, unfortunately, but... Ah, god. Alright, also, like, on the one hand, I'd argue doing Mega Satan is a good idea, because apparently in the Mega Satan room is basically the highest chance of a Delirium portal. But simultaneously, if he becomes Mega Satan and he just disappears for a while, that's just so frustrating. So let's just hope we can at least survive this. That's really the only hope that I have right now. Just try and survive. Just deal a little bit of damage on occasion. Occasionally he just teleports into me. And then we can deal some more damage at least, so... As long as he just gets close to me during his attacks, then I can deal some damage. And he is nearly dead. There we go. Almost. There we go. What an absolute nightmare of an Isaac run. Oh my god. That was way more than it absolutely needed to be. But we got some very important stuff done. which I'm happy about. We unlocked the Dark Princess crown, which is alright. We unlocked the Forgotten, which is such an interesting character, so I might just do the next run as the Forgotten as well, because I do enjoy the character a lot. But we got a lot done with Azazel that we hadn't done yet. We got Mega Satan and Delirium, which are two just horrendous things. So I'm very happy to be done with those at least, but my god. That was an absolute nightmare, but I hope you've all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we're hopefully going to have a slightly more chill run. At least I don't have to do that shovel thing ever again, so I don't need to worry about defeat anymore. But next time we play, I'll probably do a run as a Forgotten, and I hope to see y'all there. Bye-bye.